creators, coming to you live on YouTube. It's time once again for the Cluckin Crew podcast. With your hosts, series creator and voice of Chucky Chicken, Michael Cook. Lead director, storyboard artist, and compositor, Elias Levine. And art director, lead character designer, and lore keeper, Tino Calcaterra. Join us for animation news, behind-the-scenes info on the series, special guests, audience interactive events, and much more. And now, on with the show!
Hello, everybody,
Hey.
and welcome once again to the Cluckin Crew podcast, episode 60. Holy cow, we made it 60 episodes. I am your host, as always, the series creator and voice of Chucky himself, Michael Cook. With me is my very good friend, our head of storyboarding, co-director, co-producer, co-everything, Elias Levine.
Hello, everybody.
Next to him is one of our storyboard artists, an animator extraordinaire, and just one of the sweetest darn people you ever meet, the lovely Minty Miller.
Hi.
And he is here, but he is doing something. But our lead character designer, official lore keeper, and art director, the one and only Tino Calcaterra. Hello. I'm just gonna do it for him. That's my Tino voice for today. And thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, before we begin, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified every time we go live. We are currently at, we were a couple away from hitting 2,400, but people decided to unsubscribe like a bunch of punks. So we are about 11 away from hitting 2,400 subs. So with your help, hopefully we can push it over and that'd be super cool. We're on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Kara, Blue Sky, Newgrounds, Facebook. You look up Chucky Chicken, you'll find us. So, and yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to do all that. And if you are able to, we do have a Ko-fi page that you can go and donate to. Monthly subscribers, of course, get access to really cool exclusive stuff, as well as on Patreon as well. So please, if you can and you're able, make your way over to those platforms and, help us out today and help us make our dreams come true. We got a really awesome show for you today. As you can see, our host coming in a little later on in the show is animation extraordinaire Joanna Davidovich. We are very humbled and very pleased that we're going to be having her on the show. The team is just super excited, as you can hear.
Oh yeah, it's going to be very cool. Joanna is like a legend.
She is. She truly is a legend. So we're very honored. She's an old friend of the show. We're very happy to have her back. But before we get into that, let's take a look and see who is here on the podcast today. So we're going to go from the bottom up just because I'm here. We have Aziel Boomer Palenko is here. Nice to see you. Plush Blue EP is back. Good to see you. We haven't seen you in a bit. DreamWorks Moon has made it to the podcast today. Adali Baez is here. Kimberly Gonzalez. The Coffee Cat Dad. Billy California. Alam Aguilar. Harvey Maltez Mancia is here. I almost said Stream Elements, but they're not real.
They're not real. That's not a poison.
That's a robot. Thank you very much. My friend Julia is, I think, watching as well. Oh, William Charles Bynum, the cartoon fan, is here. Oh, and Julia Gonzalez is here. Hello. Earl of McLeister is here. So good. Oh, that's so cool. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to close Facebook so we don't have that noise. I don't know if y'all heard that or not, because, I'm just so professional. But welcome. Very, very cool. Are you forgetting someone? Nope. I said hello to you, and you retracted it. Good deal. Very, very cool. All right. Well, welcome everybody to the show. And with all that being said, are you ready, Elias?
Are you ready?
All right. Are you ready? I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's time for the Cluckin News. You weren't ready.
I clicked on it. It just took a second to load.
Not my fault.
That was a Discord thing.
All
I
right.
clicked it when you said the thing.
All right. We'll blame Discord. Well, it's just been a really, really hard day. Actually, a hard couple of weeks in the world of animation. But I think we should kind of talk about this really quickly. If you liked James Cameron before, you may not like him after you hear this news. Avatar director James Cameron joined Stability AI board of directors, and he says he wants to incorporate AI into VFX industry. So, here's what we know about Cameron's involvement. It says Stability AI believes that Cameron's addition to its board is a significant step forward in the company's mission to transform visual media. I bet it is. They further added that Cameron's artistic-centric perspective paired with his business and technical acumen will support Stability AI in continuing to unlock new opportunities to empower creators to tell stories in ways once unimaginable. This is all coming from Cartoon Brew, by the way. Cameron joins other newly appointed board members, including Dana Settle, who is the co-founder and managing partner of Greycroft, Colin Bryant, who's the COO and general partner of Kochu Management, and Sean Parker, who's the former president of Facebook and serves as the executive chairman. This is not good news.
Yeah.
This is
not great.
Yeah, this is kind of the absolute wrong direction that we've been needing, and unfortunately, there also apparently was a thing this past week where Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, had a bill presented to him for AI legislature, basically putting necessary legislation in place to protect artists and to protect people from having their stuff stolen from AI, and to basically have regulation, and he vetoed it. So, which means he didn't even look at it. He threw it out, and apparently there was conversations that Google, ChatGPT, Apple, and a couple of other big tech companies essentially bought him off and said, either veto this or we're leaving California. So that's what they did, and not good news,
No, not great.
Not great at all. So, I mean, I'll be real, I wasn't really a big fan of Cameron anyway. So, it just kind of goes to show that his head is in the wrong place. What are your thoughts, Minthy? What do you think of this situation?
I don't really have much thoughts on the guy, honestly. I just kind of just pretend he's not there.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can continue to do so. Yeah, Coffee Cat Dad kind of hit it on the head. Yeah, today is going to be some pretty bummer news. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There really is not a whole lot of good news today, but it is something that we do got to talk about. Obviously the fight for AI regulation, protections for artists is so important nowadays. It's just a crying shame, to be honest with you, that this is happening. Again, I don't know the whole bit. I just get what you guys hear from Cartoon Brew. I try my best and I just read the article. There is much more to it, but truth be told, this is just, again, the industry is changing, and I don't know. it kind of sucks that every single time that we do a news segment, it's always about AI, and it's always about the dangers and the looming threat that is happening in our industry. And it just makes me really, really sad, because I want to talk about the happy stuff that's happening. I really would like some good news, but, just continue to say no. If you see people who are using generative AI, be nice and, let them know how that is hurting artists, right? That's kind of the thing. Unfortunately, unless we stand up and we say, hey, don't use this because XYZ, and the other part of it is, because I've talked it over with a couple of people in my peer group, none of these guys, but just, personal family members and folks that I know around here. And the sad truth of it is that the general public doesn't have any idea about the difference between AI, generative AI, all of that stuff, right? There is so much, people think that it's it can do one of two things, where it's oh, wow, now I can make my own stuff and I don't need, to pay people. And, and then the other thing is well, I don't care about the industry. I'm not a part of it. So, if I can do this and make it easier to get my content, it's just a very, very, very scary conversation that's going on right now. And I honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. So, except just continue to urge everyone to, get the conversation going, keep drawing, keep perfecting your skills, keep getting out there and pray that something changes. And honestly, the good news is you don't need to be in California in order to do animation. You don't need to be in, New York. You can do it right in the comfort of your own home, right? COVID showed us that. So I would say, I don't know, there's just a lot of stuff that we got to change. And I'm only one person. We're only 4 people with cartoon avatars on a weekly podcast show. But we're going to give you the news as we give it to it. Hopefully there'll be good news, but until we get something going on there, we're just going to have to move forward. I didn't want to talk about this, but, I hate to continue with the bad news, but we do got to talk about Ken Page, legendary actor, sadly passing away at the age of 70. He was best known for his role in Cats on Broadway, but of course his breakout immortal role is that of Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is coming from WVTM, which is I believe it's a St. Louis paper where he was born from. So basically it says here, Ken Page, a stage and screen actor who starred alongside Beyonce and Dreamgirls, introduced Broadway audiences to Old Deuteronomy and Cats, and scared generations of kids as the voice of Oogie Boogie, the villain of the 1993 animated hit holiday film The Night Before Christmas, has died. He was 70. Talent agent Todd M. Eskin of ATB Talent Agency announced the death Tuesday to the Associated Press, but no details were immediately available, saying, quote, he was simply one of the best, most generous souls I know, full of life and overflowing with joy, talented and then some. Ken, my friend, you will be deeply missed. This was writer-producer Tim Burton, who wrote that on X. Page made his Broadway debut in The Wiz, playing the Cowardly Lion. Went on to play Nicely. Hey, how you doing? We're talking about Ken Page. Yeah. He went on to play Nicely Johnson in Guys and Dolls with Robert Guillaume, who is actually famous for not only the role of Benson in the sitcom Benson, but he also was Rafiki in the 1994 version of The Lion King. He passed away actually a couple years ago as well. He was also featured in the original cast of the Fats Waller musical Ain't Misbehavin', winning a Drama Desk Award, and was aboard when it returned to Broadway in 1988. He originated the role of Wise Old Deuteronomy when Cats landed on Broadway in 1982. Went on to a then record run singing Old Deuteronomy, The Moments of Happiness, and The Ad Dressing of Cats. Ellen Page, who originated the role of Grisabella in Cats and reprised the role in the 98 Cats film version, paid tribute to her co-star in X, saying Page, quote, has gone to the heavy side layer, and adding, quote, he was a lovely, kind, talented man. Obviously, this is incredibly heartbreaking news. Also, for animation fans, he was also King Gator in Don Bluth's 1989 film All Dogs Go to Heaven. It is incorrectly quoted here as being a Disney film. He would later go on.
Sorry, that had me. Disney.
Wait, was he the big-lipped alligator?
He was the big-lipped alligator. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. He would then later go on, of course, to perform his most deepest impacting role of Oogie Boogie, the burlap sack with hundreds of bugs crawling inside him in Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It was his character's hope to become the 7 holidays king by kidnapping the holiday leaders for the other holidays. There's a quote from the song here. His other movie credits include 1988's Torch Song trilogy, in which he played the witty drag queen Murray, and 2006 Dreamgirls, in which he played Max Washington. His TV credits include Family Matters, Touched by an Angel, and Charmed. So yeah, may he rest in power. Ken Page, I mean, he was only 70 years young. That's, Oogie Boogie scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. I was 8 when the movie came out in 1993. And, I didn't even realize he was the big-lipped alligator in All Dogs Go to Heaven until years later when I rewatched it and I go, oh my god, that's Oogie Boogie. That's super cool. He loved Oogie Boogie. He would perform it for, his voice still being used in Disney's California Adventure for their Oogie Boogie Bash. He just is such a quintessential part of what makes Halloween. Like, he is forever a part of Halloween. So, next to Chris Sarandon, who's Jack Skellington, I mean, this is a pretty big loss for a lot of us 90s kids. So, thank you, Mr. Page. May you find rest in peace, and thank you for everything that you've done. That's all I got to say. What are your guys' favorite Ken Page moments? And you can use Oogie Boogie. I'd prefer you not to. Did you guys see Cats? I haven't.
No.
Okay.
I haven't, but the big-lipped alligator thing, like, oh my god, that was part of my childhood.
Right.
I loved that for some reason.
I love the big-lipped alligator.
Yeah, the big-lipped. I mean, he became a meme thanks to frickin' Nostalgia Critic. The big-lipped alligator moment. But yeah,
it's a good song.
It's a very good song. Let's make music together. Let's make sweet harmony. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know that he played a drag queen, but I'm not gonna lie. It kind of works. Just say it. It kind of works.
Based on his picture, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah. So.
When I was a kid, I didn't even see the big-lipped alligator guy like as a drag queen or anything. I just saw him as a dude who just.
Oh no, that's a different character.
Very different character. Very, very, very different character.
Okay, so he is still just a dude who likes to sing then, because
yes,
I mean it does still fit if he was a drag queen.
No,
kinda, yeah.
I mean, he does put that weird headpiece on in the movie.
It's a swim. It's a swim hat.
Is it a swim cap?
Yeah, it's like it's a swim cap.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Know your swimwear.
Sorry, I just stick with trunks, that's, let's go to the comments here and let's see what some of the people say. Billy California says, it scared me at first, but I started liking scary and creepy things thanks to Courage the Cowardly Dog and went back to love Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, Oogie Boogie, Pink Elephants, like we had a lot of scary stuff when we were kids. And, they don't make stuff like that no more. I don't think. I mean, I think the closest thing would be like Coraline, and that was 20 years ago. So
something like that.
Let's see what else we got. Aziel Polanco says, I heard that moment was also the origin of the trope when something happens out of nowhere and either an episode or movie will just continue as normal, and that moment wasn't ever brought up again. Yep, that is the big lipped alligator moment. So as someone who is currently Florida based, I do draw cartoons and even make them. I even turn, okay. Very cool. So yeah, rest in power, Mr. Page. Thank you for everything. Tino, your thoughts on Mr. Page before we move on to the next sad story that we have to talk about today.
No.
Tino. Okay. All right. We will we'll come back to him.
His microphone is being silly.
Man, that's true. That is true. That does happen. You know what? Actually, screw it. I'm going to change the story because I'm tired of talking about death. There was too many deaths this week. I don't have a picture for it. Maybe I do. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me find something here because I don't want to talk about death no more or sad stuff. There actually is kind of a bright moment that I think is kind of fun to talk about. So we're going to talk about it because we had an anniversary yesterday. And I think it's important to acknowledge good things when they happen. Okay, there we go. I did not mean to oversave that. Shoot. Oh, well. Okay, that's... Welp. Oh, well. We'll get that back in a bit. On October 1st of 1992... the Cartoon Network first went on the air. Here is an actual picture of the launch day with Ted Turner, Yogi Bear, and Fred Flintstone. I think it's kind of cool. Also, Droopy is in the background along. If you look to Fred Flintstone, you'll see Jerry, and behind Ted is Foghorn Leghorn. Or no, not Foghorn Leghorn. What the heck? No. Quick Draw McGraw. Good Lord, I'm tired. Come on, coffee, please work. Yeah.
My coffee's working.
Oh, I'm glad. So yeah, Cartoon Network, obviously an incredible part of animation history in the 1990s. Started essentially to showcase classic cartoons from Hanna-Barbera, the Warner Brothers, Fleischer Studios, Paramount, MGM Libraries. Then, of course, evolved to become so much more with original cartoons, including Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, the Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack. In recent years, of course, we got shows such as Adventure Time, Steven Universe premiered on that network as well. So many really amazingly influential shows. And obviously, Cartoon Network, as it once was, is no longer here. But it still is around in some shape and form. But yeah. I thought that was kind of fun to share. It turned 32 yesterday. So, there you go. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So yeah. So I'm going to ask you this question before we go on to the next segment, because I actually do have a really, really fun indie shout out for today. But I want to ask you guys, what was your favorite Cartoon Network show from every period, right? Like, for example, the 90s, the 2000s, the 10s, and up until it closed a couple years ago?
That's a hard question.
That's why I ask them.
I would say, like, the 90s
I
would
enjoy
definitely
Yogi Bear, Black Cats.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No, you started, so you
Go ahead, Mithy. You go. Keep going. Yogi Bear.
I also loved Adventure Time. Gonna go like back and forth here.
That's fine.
So from what I remember, I used to watch so much. Oh my gosh, Ed and Eddie. That one I really enjoyed. It was weird, but I enjoyed it. Courage the Cowardly Dog is also
Yep.
something I enjoyed watching.
Yep.
Another. If I could think about. I know there are other. I'm starting to overheat here.
Coffee's
My
working a
brain
little
keeps
too
wanting
well
to
for you.
jump to Nickelodeon. My brain keeps wanting to jump over to Nickelodeon. Like, no.
I don't blame
XJ9 was not on Cartoon Network. Oh,
XJ9.
Looney Tunes.
Oh, of course, the Looney Tunes. They were technically on both.
They were not on like Nickelodeon.
They were on Nickelodeon.
No, shut up. I gotta Google it.
Honest to God, there was a whole block in the 90s, Looney Tunes on Nickelodeon. There's a whole controversial thing about it. It's pretty epic, actually. So
it's like when you find out a celebrity cheated on her husband, you gotta look into it. No.
Oh my gosh. All right, Elias. What about you?
I really love the Powerpuff Girls.
Mm-hmm.
I love Dexter's Lab.
Nice.
Johnny Bravo. I really love ones that I can't remember the name of.
Oh my God.
Teen Titans was Cartoon Network, wasn't it?
That was Cartoon Network. The original and the
Teen
Abomination
Titans.
that's on right now.
Yeah, no, the original. The original Teen Titans.
Regular show?
I didn't really watch regular show.
Okay, me neither. So we're good.
No,
Steven Universe isn't Cartoon Network.
That is Cartoon Network.
Then yeah, Steven Universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone wasn't listening.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with more of the like modern ones.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Rick and Morty, but that's more like Adult Swim. You know.
Yeah, I don't think Adult Swim counts in this moment because if it does, I would include Smiling Friends.
Oh, okay. But there you go.
I didn't like Smiling Friends. Sorry.
That's fair.
Did you look it up?
I'm not saying you have to like it.
Oh yeah, I looked it up. And I'm surprised, but I couldn't really get farther than that because my computer malfunctioned.
Oh.
I had too many windows up. My computer was like, "What the hell? I don't have enough memory for this."
Well, that happens. So, a couple of our viewers here were bringing up other great shows like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is another great one.
Oh yeah, Billy and
That
Mandy.
one, yeah.
Samurai Jack, The Looney Tunes Show, The Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
The classic
honestly,
Scooby-Doo's. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. Oh, that was a fun one. I really liked Guy Brack.
I wonder what people would think of this one, but I really didn't like the one where Scooby-Doo met WWE.
Well, that was one of the newer ones, I think.
Yeah, we don't count those, right? Now,
Yeah, that's also one of the movies, if I had to make a
Yeah, but they still played on Cartoon Network.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, hand down, one of the best Scooby-Doo movies.
I agree.
I did like that.
So I also really like the Cyber Chase movie.
Yeah.
What about the one with the zombies?
Oh, Zombie Island? That's an okay one. I didn't grow up with that one.
Excuse me.
The one where Shaggy almost gets an alien girlfriend.
That
one was weird to me.
I like that one, and it's kind of I had a crush on the girl,
the
alien girl when she was a human, obviously, and then I
I thought you were actually gonna go for it and say when she was an alien.
No,
I was gonna say, wow, okay.
And then I befriended her voice actress, Candy Milo. So I have complicated feelings because Candy is amazing, and I love her. So, but anyway,
I know how Shaggy feels.
I do know how Shaggy feels. Cartoon Network, of course, obviously also had Toonami, which introduced a lot of Western kids to anime like Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Bobo. I just love the title of that one. Inuyasha, a whole bunch of really cool animes.
Oh, yeah,
Totally
Inuyasha.
Spies. Totally Spies. My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Time Squad. Camp Lazlo. So many good shows. I forgot.
Oh my god, I remember all of those. Oh, and the Spy Girls. Oh my god, that one was
Totally
weird.
Spies.
Totally Spies.
Classic Canadian cartoon.
Yes.
I'm actually kind of excited for the new season.
It looks kind of
what?
interesting. They're doing a season.
Yeah,
of
there's
Totally
a new.
Spies.
They're doing a season 7. They have a new style.
Totally
There's some.
Spies?
Yes.
Curry.
Look it up.
Curry is in the chat going, Mike, you don't understand how much Inuyasha shit my young Tumblr-pilled mind. QMQ.
Oh, word.
Dude, I loved Inuyasha growing up. I was only, I
still
think I
love
was like
Inuyasha.
7. I was 7 growing up with that, and I loved it.
Okay. Well, see, there we go. I feel a lot better now because we switched it up. We got the energy going, which is super cool. Happy birthday, Cartoon Network. Thank you for all of the amazing cartoons. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's another one.
Yeah.
That's another one that was on Cartoon Network. We got to do a Cartoon Network show. We got to bring on some folks from Cartoon Network and just have them on. So that'll be our next project.
Yes.
So that's the news. Okay. The indie shout out for today. I am so excited about this. Our old pal Tom Ruger has partnered up with Paul Dini to make his own indie animated show. And it's called It's called Bernice and Carlisle Save the World. They dropped the theme song as a short on their YouTube channel last night. It's very, very catchy. They have some legends like Steve Bernstein and Julie Bernstein helping with the music. His son Luke is back helping out. Paul Rugg, who's of course the co-creator and the voice of Freakazoid. I'm super excited about this. We got to get Tom on the show because, as folks know, he's been helping us out dramatically with Chucky Chicken over the years. Just a really cool guy. So look up Bernice and Carlisle Save the World. I'm going to put it in the chat here so you guys can know how to spell, because Carlisle is spelled kind of funky. Hang on. Okay, there you go. So Bernice and Carlisle Save the World. Oh, of course, Bernice didn't even... Jeez. And Carlisle. There you go. Look them up on YouTube. Go subscribe to their channel. I do love Tom's art style. We got to Chuckify these two. 100%. We have to. Like, it's mandatory. Like, guys, come on.
I'm not. No one was saying that we shouldn't.
Well, you weren't saying that. You weren't excitedly agreeing with me, though.
We're letting you have your
moment.
moment.
That was a requirement.
I mean, all right. Well,
me again.
There you are.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
You're just having a rough go at it this time with the news, huh, buddy?
It happens to the rest of us.
It does indeed. Yes. So, alrighty. Well, that's the news. I would plug. This is where we would plug our merch, but we ain't got any currently. So, because as of a couple days ago, we completely emptied out our merch store to make way for our Halloween drop coming up this Friday. However, I will go ahead and let's do this plug real quick. The classic cartoon matinee at the Arcada Theater, hosted by none other than Chucky Chicken. Are you looking for something fun to do on a Saturday morning with just yourself, your partner, or your kids and family, and you're tired of, basically being bored at home? Well, guess what? You could watch cartoons on a giant big screen in a classic vaudeville theater right in the heart of St. Charles, Illinois. One morning only, October 26th, 10 a.m. Come hang out with me. I'm actually going to be doing an animation demonstration, which is going to be very, very cool. Plus, a 2-hour presentation of classic cartoons from the 1930s, including the likes of Popeye the Sailor, Betty Boop, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Cuco the Clown, Felix the Cat, and for the first time in 95 years, the theatrical appearance of Steamboat Willie, Playing Crazy, and the Gallopin' Gaucho, all starring Mickey and Minnie Mouse, which is very, very cool. Tickets are available at oshows.com. If you're going to be in the Chicago area at the end of October, come check it out. Tell them I sent you. It's just gonna be a really fun time. I'm super excited about it. This has been a very, very long time coming, and I hope all of y'all are excited. So, I will be at Scarecrow Fest in St. Charles, not this weekend, but the upcoming weekend. And, yeah, that's all I got. So, so there you go. Alrighty, gang. So, here's the deal. We're going to take our break now because we do have to get our host, our guest. And when we come back, we will be joined by animation par excellence, the one and only Joanna Davidovich, right here on the Cluckin Crew. So, hang tight, go get some snacks, go to the bathroom. It's going to be a little bit of a long one. So, we'll be right back. Stay tuned, folks.
Berries. Thought he was some kind of rat.
Lovely.
Thanks for the fanfare.
Hi kids, Chucky Chicken here. Remember when you're trick-or-treating, be sure that you only go to neighborhoods and areas that you know really, really well. Near Emma.
You were right, Chucky. These Halloween traditions are so much fun. I'm so glad I get to experience them for the first time. Especially with you.
Aw. I'm all too happy to celebrate with you, Chelsea. Why don't we take a picture to commemorate the evening? Chelsea, it's getting awful late. Why don't we head for home?
Oh, Chucky, just one more house, please.
What the hey? One more won't be the death of me.
Oh, good, because there's the house right there.
The old Grayson Manor! Chelsea, isn't there any other place we could go?
It's the only house in town we haven't been to yet. You're not afraid, are you? Well, this is just perfect. The weatherman said nothing about it raining.
Yeah, he did. He said around midnight it was supposed to rain cats and dogs.
I don't see any cats or dogs.
It's an expression.
Whatever. Just rap on the door.
You rap on the door. Whoa, nobody's there. Time to head back.
Wait, Chucky, look.
Chelsea, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, come on, Chucky. I doubt we are in any real danger.
If you say so.
Good evening.
Very funny, Chucky.
What?
Don't play games with me, Chucky Chicken. I know it was you who said...
Good evening.
Who said that?
That was not you.
Welcome, foulish mortals, to Grayson Manor. I am your host, your ghost host. Kindly step this way. We seldom have visitors, and there is much to see in this delightfully dilapidated place.
Thanks anyway, but we gotta get going home.
I'm afraid there's no turning back now.
Huh?
Do not be frightened prematurely. You shall not be harmed, but you also shall not leave without a proper tour of our home. Now, let us begin.
Wonderful. This is most exciting. Come on, Chucky.
As you can see, the residents of this ghostly estate have been cooped up for centuries and have been dying for company.
Chucky, isn't this place exciting? Chucky!
Okay. I think we're safe here.
Chucky, these ghosts seem nice and fun. I think they enjoy haunting this place.
Oh, yes. You can say we grim green ghosts love to come out and socialize.
Yay! Ah, we're on our way out now.
Ah!
Whoops. What do you want? Hey, what do you know? Candy!
See? I told you this place isn't so scary.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Chels.
And thank you, Mr. Scary Ghost Man.
Not at all, my friend. Would you like a treat, my dear?
Wow!
Now I'm gonna tell you something now. They should have quit while they were ahead.
Caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-caroling, so happy to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too. May God bless you and send you a Happy New Year. May God send you a Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
I love the Christmas, the holly and the mistletoe, all the presents making pudding.
And a Happy New Year.
Rock, paper, scissors?
You're out.
1, 2, 3, shoot!
What the heck was that?
I played rock.
Welcome, foolish mortal.
Uh-oh.
What kind of film department are you running down there, Fox?
Oh, come on, I just bought there.
We need a clean slate.
I want you all to meet Chucky Chicken.
I'm starting to think that maybe what it takes to be a famous director just isn't in me after all.
Hey,
And,
Chucky.
I'm rambling a bit, aren't I?
Here we go. Well, good night.
Wait, what are you doing? Don't touch that. No, stop it!
This is ridiculous. I ain't washed up yet. It's gonna take a lot more than that to get rid of Freddy.
Cheese and crackers. What are you putting in this water, kid?
Soap?
Soap and water. Like a clean soup. I love it.
Oh.
Keep up the great work, kid.
Ooh.
Attention, everyone. I want you all to meet Chucky Chicken.
We already know Chucky, Miss Chelsea.
We sure do. Fair Duncan best janitor this side of the reefer. Righteous.
Oh, right. Well, you may have known him as the janitor, but now...
Oh, Chuck, you ain't leaving, is you? You was me best mate.
I thought I was your best mate.
No, he's the new co-director.
Oh, well,
Okay.
now I'm just embarrassed.
I always thought he was some kind of rat.
Lovely.
Thanks for the fanfare.
Hi, kids. Chucky Chicken here. Remember, when you're trick-or-treating, be sure that you only go to neighborhoods and areas that you know really, really well. Near Emma.
You were right, Chucky. These Halloween traditions are so much fun. I'm so glad I get to experience them for the first time. Especially with you.
Aw. I'm all too happy to celebrate with you, Chelsea. Why don't we take a picture to commemorate the evening? Chelsea, it's getting awful late. Why don't we head for home?
Oh, Chucky, just one more house, please.
Oh, what the hey? One more won't be the death of me.
Oh, good, because there's the house right there.
The old Grayson Manor! Chelsea, isn't there any other place we could go?
It's the only house in town we haven't been to yet. You're not afraid, are you? Well, this is just perfect. The weatherman said nothing about it raining.
Yeah, he did. He said around midnight it was supposed to rain cats and dogs.
I don't see any cats or dogs.
It's an expression.
Whatever. Just rap on the door.
You rap on the door. Well, nobody's there. Time to head back.
doubt we are in any real danger.
If you say so.
Good evening.
Very funny, Chucky.
What?
Don't play games with me, Chucky Chicken. I know it was you who said...
Good evening.
Who said that?
That was not you.
Welcome, foulish mortals, to Grayson Manor. I am your host, your ghost host. Kindly step this way. We seldom have visitors, and there is much to see in this delightfully dilapidated place.
Thanks anyway, but we gotta get going home.
I'm afraid there's no turning back now.
Huh?
Do not be frightened prematurely. You shall not be harmed, but you also shall not leave without a proper tour of our home. Now, let us begin.
Wonderful! This is most exciting! Come on, Chucky!
Oh!
As you can see, the residents of this ghostly estate have been cooped up for centuries and have been dying for company.
Chucky, isn't this place exciting?
No!
Chucky!
Okay. I think we're safe here.
Chucky, these ghosts seem nice and fun. I think they enjoy haunting this place.
Oh, yes. You can say we grim green ghosts love to come out and socialize.
Yay! Ah! We're on our way out now!
Ah! Ugh.
Whoops. What do you want? Hey, what do you know? Candy!
See? I told you this place isn't so scary.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Chels.
And thank you, Mr. Scary Ghost Man.
Not at all, my friend. Would you like a treat, my dear?
Wow!
Now I'm gonna tell you something now. They should have quit while they were ahead.
Caroling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-caroling, so happy to be seen. Love and joy come to you, and a Merry Christmas too. May God bless you and send you a Happy New Year. May God send you a
mistletoe, all the presents making pudding!
And a happy new year.
On the BRB screen, at least.
That's why I brought us back here to our mainstream. Hello, everybody. We're back. Oh, I love how everyone
is
is
a little bigger.
Yes, I should. I love how everyone is just having a fantastic conversation with Elias, and I'm chatting with Tino. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone else in between, please welcome my very, very dear friend, animator, director, storyboarder, just one of the biggest Animaniacs fans on the planet, very dear friend of our show, the one and only Joanna Davidovich.
Oh, thank you. I will definitely cop to being the biggest Animaniacs fan of all time. I could get a note.
You did get a note.
Ooh, I want to ask, which is your favorite character?
Got a memo.
I hope it's cool that I asked real quick. What is your favorite Animaniacs character?
Oh, clearly it's Yakko.
100% Yakko.
Yeah, Team Yakko. Sorry.
Listen, you do not need to be sorry for being on Team Yakko. So, absolutely not. That's kind of mandatory for this group, I would think. But yes, welcome, Joanna. How are you? How have you been? It's been too long.
I just sort of fade in and out of existence. But thank you for inviting me on your podcast. That's delightful. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yay! Oh, that's so wonderful. So basically we just chill, we hang out, we talk, we watch the silly lemur draw stuff. So let me get over to the viewing room here. I hope this works. It works! Yay! It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, when I told the gang that you were coming onto the show today, they were just so excited. They were like, "Oh my God, I love Joanna!" But honestly, one person.
I've been following Joanna forever.
That's true, and a lot of people. And so, honestly, you've done so much in your amazing career. I'd love to talk to you about just like your experience with animation. What were some of your inspirations? Like, your trek so far in this crazy career. Like, tell us a little bit more about you, if it's not putting you too much on the spot, you see.
Oh, well, you know how I hate to talk about myself, Lolly, but
I do.
Well, I just always loved cartoons. The story goes that I was watching Animaniacs, blew my mind. I was recording it over and over and over, even the credits, watching the credits, and then it just dawned on me one time that these people got paid to make cartoons. And then why would you want to do anything else?
Right.
So that's what I always wanted to do, and tried to figure out a way to get to do that. I'm still trying to figure out a way to get to do that, but along the way I've sort of survived.
Yes.
And got to meet some cool people and do some cool stuff, but I still think that the best years are ahead of me.
You know what? I love that mentality, and that's such an amazing viewpoint to have. So I have to ask this question. Is it true? This is a rumor. I don't know if this is true or not, but is it true that you wrote in to the Animaniacs team so much that they finally like gave you a shout out on the show?
Yes and no. It wasn't random. They were actually asking for people to write in. It was part of the Animaniac Attack Marathon in July of 1994. I still have my VHS. And they were actually giving Animaniacs a big send-off, a kiss-off, because it was being ejected from Kids WB because they were moving in a different direction.
Of course.
Thank you, imports from Japan. Which, you know, my kid loves Pokemon. I think it's okay, but Pokemon is what killed Animaniacs. There's no two ways about it. It was just so much cheaper and more profitable for the company. So, but at least to Warner Brothers' credit, they wanted to send it off in style. So they announced that there was going to be a big marathon all July 4th weekend. And please write in with your favorite Animaniacs episode, and then there'll be a big surprise where people who get selected get to have their names sung. And so I had about 50 or 60 favorite episodes, so I sent in about 50 or 60 different votes, and I mailed them all on postcards, and I drew stuff, like I made stickers of all of my artwork and stuck it all over the postcards. Like, they noticed me. They noticed me.
You had to get that accurate count, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Yakko did sing my name, but he not only sung my name during one of the bumpers for the marathon, because they would have the Warners come in and chit chat about what they've just seen and what's coming up. It was actually a really nice production that they did. It felt pretty special. And they were showing a clip of the upcoming episode, the Please 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 Get Alive Foundation, and they were I forget the name of the character, the one with the ponytail and the t-shirt. And the numbers in that Yakko's Universe song are so off, it's hardly enjoyable. Steve Pudner, that's what that character's name is.
Oh, okay.
So they're making fun of Steve Putner from the Please 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 Get Alive Foundation. And Wacko says, "How many letters do you think this kid wrote Kids WB?" And Yakko said, "Not as many as Joanna Davidovich, that's for sure." And I kind of
remember that. Oh my god!
I had an out of body experience at that moment. I happened to be recording it at the time, and I just started screaming and jumping up and down. And
That's
I think
cool.
my father was home and he was like taking a nap or something, and I ran into his room and I jumped onto the bed. I'm like, and they pronounced it right and everything, and I couldn't wait until like I didn't want to stop the tape from rolling.
Of course.
So I kept it going, but as soon as they signed off, I was like, stop, rewind, play, rewind, play. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. It was one of the most thrilling things that had ever happened to me.
Oh my gosh.
That's the story.
That's fantastic.
That's so awesome. I love that.
That's such a good story.
That kind of stuff never happens anymore. It's such a shame.
know.
No, I want to do that now. I'm going to do that for people. That's going to be great.
I'll tell you what, we don't have as many fan bases as Kimberly Gonzalez, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, it's better now because you have immediate and direct interactions with your audience. Back then, you absolutely couldn't. They were just off. They might as well have been imaginary people.
That's
for all
true.
you knew. And the only way to contact them was through letters. And boy, did I... Because the votes for the marathon were just in addition to the letters that I sent Warner Brothers. Because the internet... my little darling babies, there was a time before the internet.
Yes.
And then when the internet happened, it was so beautiful. It was just the most glorious thing. As I was able to get and peek on the other side of my favorite cartoons. And because I was on the news groups and the AOL message boards.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you're bringing me back.
They were so great. I was able to see, people would post episode lists of upcoming episodes, production schedules, and that's how I knew that Animaniacs had already been canceled. So I started a furious letter campaign and a petition campaign. I like humiliated myself in school. Like I already had 0 social credit, but I was taking this petition around to be like, please help me save my cartoon show.
Did people sign or?
Myself.
Please tell me people.
Yeah, a lot of fake names to get me to shut up, I guess. But
oh my
so
gosh,
funny.
like Joe Mama and oh my god, that's so sad.
Oh yeah, there's Elvis Presley. Like I asked my sister to help, and her friends did nothing but fake names.
Of course.
And like not even like trying to sound legitimate names like John Smith or Esther Bogart or something. They were just like making up like sug on these balls, you know.
Benedict Cumberbatch, like, you know, that's
Classic.
yeah, my favorite fake name. so I mean that's the ultimate like fan's dream. I think you had that amazing experience.
It was.
So
you know, as a kid, it was really validating.
Oh my God! So you and I, I think we're pretty close to the same age. So you and I, we both, because these guys are young, like they don't understand what it was like in the 80s and 90s, like living through it.
I grew up with VHS tapes.
Okay, well,
it's a little different, but
yeah, like there was.
Yeah, no,
Well, I mean,
I
it was.
experienced the late 90s.
Okay, but still,
yeah,
I got the
remember
snippet of it at
dial-up,
least, I guess.
All right, let me ask you: were you there when The Lion King was in the movie theaters the first time?
Yes, actually.
No.
Okay, one.
As a baby.
I was an infant.
As a
but
baby.
I was
Oh.
there.
Oh yeah.
I remember when they had Pokemon in theaters.
Okay.
My brother's first words were "Run, Simba, run."
Oh.
Aww.
It's because he got really upset about the wildebeest scene.
That's what he lives by now. Run, Simba, run. You know.
His motto.
It was so funny.
It was something.
When The Lion King came back to the theaters, I was like
Sorry,
so
Joe.
excited. It's like, Mom is in theaters. It's like, what do you mean? You saw it in theaters. When? When it came out, I was a baby. I brought you there.
You were in my tummy.
What, you don't remember? You were 6 months old. Maybe you.
Basically.
You need to learn to pay better attention.
What's the matter with you? Your infantile sense of attention was just not there. Anyway, what were you saying, Joanna?
I don't know. It's funny that you mentioned The Lion King because I know that wasn't the first movie I saw in the movie theater, but it's the first time my soul was stirred. Like the way that movie opened, just the previews for The Lion King was just the Circle of Life sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, like that glorious sunrise and that note that just sort of like pounds you in the face.
Yes.
That was such amazing cinema, such amazing animation. And I long to feel that again in the movie theater. It's like it's like a drug that I can never get that same hit again.
Well, you know,
I haven't had that feeling in so long.
Those planes just go.
Yeah.
World experience.
I know.
We'll make it happen. We're the people who are gonna make it happen.
That's true. We're the underdogs. We can, you know, we're gonna bring it back. I am with you there, though, Joanna. There's something to be said. I mean, I think the last time that I felt that for me, and this may be a hot take, but Princess and the Frog, I saw it a couple times when it was in the theaters, and that was.
I think that movie had a lot of great stuff going for it.
Yeah.
It just needed more. It just needed more Tiana as a human.
Yes.
I think that it would have done really well.
Yeah. You know, and it's fun. They're making up for it now, that's for sure.
That is true.
I kind of enjoyed how it went through, even just the way it was. I enjoyed it from the faces and like, okay, so my favorite parts, of course, were the expressions. And then you see like Prince Naveen, how he's all moving around, being thrown around. I don't know. I just loved all of it.
Louis the Alligator.
Not really sure.
Louis animated by Eric Goldberg. Yes.
I think the animated film that like gives me that feeling the most is probably Road to El Dorado.
Oh,
that is one of my favorites.
Something about
Oh
that
my
movie, it just feels so real.
It's like they can touch you.
You know what movie I wish I could have seen in theaters?
What's
Is
that?
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Which one?
I wish I could have seen that one in theaters.
Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch. Oh, that was a
Yeah.
great ride. That was a great ride. But
that
it's
was
what's
my
funny is that
favorite.
it's such a small and intimate little movie.
Yeah.
It really is. Like when you think about movies today and how everything has to be like an epic Lord of the Rings battle for some reason at the end with just 90,000 explosions. And granted, Lilo and Stitch has some third act problems, but most of this movie is like interiors and cozy, and
Yeah.
there's something really warm about that movie that I know that they are just going to destroy in the live action remake.
Oh,
I know.
Oh my
100%.
god,
I
I'm
know.
regretting for like I'm so much regret and it hasn't even come out yet.
I'm not gonna watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm
not even gonna go.
I'll say that the
Chris
interpretation
came out,
of Stitch that they did isn't the worst.
What was that,
It's
Tina?
just it doesn't feel appealing.
It doesn't.
That CG monster.
I
Stitch.
agree.
No.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? The way that you described Lilo and Stitch, Joanna, to me, that's the Dumbo of our generation. And I'll explain what I mean.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, because for all of you Disney fans who love when Michael goes off and talks about history for an hour, I'll make this quick. Disney, after Snow White, you know, they did Pinocchio, they did Bambi, and they did Fantasia, and all three of those movies bombed at the box office initially. A lot of factors in that. Number one, the movies were just way too expensive at the time. Walt was pushing the envelope of animation, I mean, especially with Pinocchio and Fantasia. Don't get me wrong, beautiful movies. I mean, timeless classics. Bambi, I mean, they studied anatomy of animals, and like the money that they put into those films just wasn't generated at the box office. A lot of it was because you know, the war was going on in Europe at the time, and you know, they couldn't get the movies overseas. The technology.
Well, there were also some production things that sunk a lot of cost, especially with Pinocchio, because the whole film was basically finished, and then Walt was walking through checking on stuff, and I think it was an intern had drawn like his interpretation of Pinocchio. Walt Disney looked at it and he's just like, we're gonna make the movie look like this now, and so they had to basically redo like everything, and it's just
sounds familiar, doesn't it? I kid. He's not laughing because that's a very true thing. He's not laughing because you're right. It does sound familiar. So they were about to go bankrupt, and Walt got the rights to do Pinocchio, and they literally had no money. They, you know...
You mean Dumbo?
Thank you. Dumbo. Thank you. They got the rights to do Dumbo. They had no money to do it, so they essentially made it a long-ass silly symphony. They used watercolor backgrounds, very simple storytelling, very simple shots. They utilized techniques like... from master painters, and they kept the story super duper simple, super duper sweet. The music was on point, except for Pink Elephants. They can go, you know, die.
Well, that's a you.
It is not just a me issue. Okay, that movie scarred a lot of people. I will die on that hill. Okay, Joanna, let's.
I love Pink Elephant.
Oh,
I want to hear your problem with Pink Elephant.
Oh, he's terrified of it.
Yeah, that's the point. It's terrifying. Don't do drugs.
Joanna.
That is the thing.
Oh my God! I'll tell you.
I did not get that message from Pinocchio.
Yeah.
I'll say that much.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you that story when we're done. But
Yeah.
there's
You
a
mean,
couple
which
of
one?
them.
There's
Yeah,
like
there's a
three.
couple of them.
They're all pretty good.
That's still my favorite, where I told a completely different story. It's like, that's not the one I was thinking of. That's way better, though. So they made Dumbo and released it, and that essentially saved the studio for like a minute, because then the strike happened, World War II hit the United States, but that movie was so sweet, and it really, it really saved Dumbo or Disney. God, I'm tired.
One thing we know what you mean.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. And so when I think of Lilo and Stitch, because that kind of came at a pretty pivotal moment for the studio too, that was right before all of those movies, like Treasure Planet and Emperor's New Groove and Chicken Little. God, Chicken Little. That was sort of like the end, really, of, I guess we could call it the Disney decade, which started with, The Lion King and then ended promptly with Lilo and Stitch. So,
isn't that what they call the Disney Renaissance? It started with Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I'm conflicted.
You got Lilo and Stitch and then peak Disney.
Right. Yeah. Because the way that I see the Renaissance happening is, you're right, with The Little Mermaid, and then, it goes through Lilo and Stitch, Tarzan, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Mulan, all those great films, right? That was the Renaissance. But the Disney decade was something that Michael Eisner said the 90s were going to be known as the Disney decade. So that's, his...
That never caught on, did it?
Yeah. No, it really didn't, The little thing called Euro Disneyland kind of just sunk that right in the toilet. But, we won't go there. But moving right along. So, what was your... So we're just curious, because you've done so many cool things. I did a little bit of research on you. You did animation for General Mills with Sonny the Cuckoo Bird.
Oh, yeah, those were my favorite. I actually, that was all stuff at Primal Screen and General Mills through the ad agency Saatchi & Saatchi. Got Primal Screen to do the commercials, and I was at Primal Screen, so I got to animate on those. And I loved them. They were so great.
How did you...
We had like a whole month to work on them.
Oh, wow.
It was like such a long time for commercials back then.
You know what? That's super cool. I had the privilege of being able to go and visit Calabash Animation in Chicago. They did all the Lucky Charms commercials. So
they did a few Cocoa Puffs as well. Calabash was the gold standard for like breakfast cereal, anything. Like breakfast cereals back in the day had the best animated commercials.
They did.
You wanted breakfast cereal.
Yes.
Yeah. You wanted breakfast cereal. And then Tony the Tiger became CG, and it all went downhill.
Yeah.
Tony the Tiger and the Honeybee, the Cheerios Honeybee.
Yeah.
And like all those beautiful commercials became complete, just homogenous pablum, just boring.
I think the one that stands out to me the most is, out of that whole era, was Lucky Charms when they introduced the rainbow marshmallow. Like that, the animation in that particular commercial was straight up 90s Disney feature animation quality. It was so perfect, so beautiful. The music was on point. God, and I wanted Lucky Charms after that. Like that Cocoa, Count Chocula, frickin' Fruity Pebbles. I wanted to hang out with Tony the Tiger. Like, so many good Cookie Crisps, the 90s rocked, kids, let me tell you.
I remember
I saved all of my
Go ahead, Joe.
What? No, I talked over who's talking.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, it's just Elias. Go ahead. You're the guest. He's here all the time.
That is true.
Well, all right. I'm sorry. When it's a lot of people, I want to be sure everyone gets to speak. But I was just gonna say I saved all of my old VHS cassettes of my recordings of Animaniacs on Fox Kids and Kids WB, so my kids get to watch all the commercials in all their preserved 90s glory.
That is fantastic.
And they love them. Those commercials are like, can we get that cereal? Can we get that toy? Can we do this? Can we do that? And they're like, oh, sorry, honey, that's like 30 years gone.
Those don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my
I got
God.
the best excuse ever. That's all in the past.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe eBay has it.
Yeah, I'm friends with eBay.
Oh my God.
We do a lot of eBaying.
I love eBay.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, you're raising your kids right on animation. My brother has 2 adorable little girls, and they grew up with classic Disney. They grew up with classic Looney Tunes. So I'm very thankful that this generation of parents is like, yeah, you know what, let's raise them right. Let's put on old school Animaniacs. Let's put on Pinky and the Brain and DuckTales.
Well,
And
I think if the parents are paying attention, I feel sorry for the most part with the children's programming we have now, because it's just not as much fun.
No.
I don't think that's my nostalgia goggles.
I think part of it, a big thing about it, is that we've kind of regressed in the idea that children are smarter than they look, but the programming for them now has kind of regressed to the idea that kids are just dumb and they'll watch anything.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like a huge problem in children's media right now, because even when I was a kid growing up, all the different shows, even for like super young kids, were still really good. Like the Berenstain Bears, that was a really good show. Even the books. And I think that there's a lot of we don't really have a lot of that anymore either, where we have oh yeah, here's the TV show, but here's the books that have the more more of that same thing.
Like Babar and Franklin and the Berenstain Bears.
So I would say that cartoons are more like big commercials, I would say.
Yeah.
It's like back in the 80s.
Yeah.
And
that's
everyone
how
is like,
they were
well, you don't
afforded.
see toys, well, you're canceled.
Right. What were you saying, Joe? I'm sorry. The lag for some people is just, you never know when they start and stop. Go ahead.
I don't mind the toy aspect of cartoons. I think that kids want that anyway. Like, it's frustrating when we love a cartoon show like Hilda, and there's nothing in the stores. Like, we'd love to have bought play sets and dolls and things, but they didn't merchandise it at all. So thank goodness we found Bluey, and there's so much for us to buy.
Right.
Bluey is so good. I think Bluey, I feel, is like a benchmark in the future of children's entertainment, because they've really set a good bar.
They've set a bar that is peerless. Like, nothing comes close to Bluey.
Right.
The only thing that comes close to Bluey is the next season of Bluey, which is, as far as I know, up in the air. But it seems like everyone, it's this phenomenon, but nobody's examining why it's so popular, why it's so good. Because if they would examine it, they would try to copy it. But as far as I can see, everyone's just doing the same rehashes, reboots, live actionings of the same boring stuff over and over and over again. I'm like, but everyone loves Bluey. It's a worldwide phenomenon. Don't you want to do something like that? Because what people are responding to is the sincerity.
Yes.
It's the one thing on television that is not cynical.
That's so true. And
I think it's I think it is one of those shows where adults can enjoy it just as much as children can. And I think that is something that has been so lost in
Bluey is
the
for
last
the
decade.
parents. I would say it is for the parents, and the kids just have fun watching it too.
Oh my gosh, I love the dad in that show so much. He is.
That has been confirmed, actually. It was actually supposed to be for the parents, and they did say, like, well, this is really good. We can put a bunch of jokes to the kids, too.
I think it is. I honestly feel like Australia in general is, like, kicking animation's butt. Like they are rocking it out. That's not the right way. They are rocking it out in animation and kicking the butt out of everything else that we have here in the States. I mean, even not just
kicking the butt off of animation.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking it straight off. There it goes.
Bye, bot.
Dancing in the Wind.
It's coming right off.
Yeah.
Speaking of like, because even like the indie animation scene, I mean, holy cow, Glitch Productions and the Amazing Digital Circus and what they're doing, and again, another Australian production. I mean, I don't know what they're doing down there that they can make these cultural phenomenons, like, but I tell you what, if it keeps going, I just may be moving to Australia here pretty soon. So, yeah, I just got a brain fart. Sorry, somebody take over for me for a second here. Oh.
Well, yeah, there's just a lot of people are running around trying to figure out what the future of this industry is going to look like. And nobody established wants to admit that the old ways are done. That the gatekeeping is over. And as much as everyone would like to be legitimized by being hired by a major studio, have your name in the credits of a DreamWorks or Disney film, like that's gonna not exactly go away, but it's gonna become less and less important over time.
Yeah.
Because I just don't see that's where the energy is. I mean, DreamWorks is enjoying a nice bump right now because Wild Robot is doing so well. But right now, like television is completely kneecapped by YouTube. They just can't do any numbers that approach YouTube. And it's just going to be a matter of time before independent artists overtake feature films as well.
I mean,
we were saying the exact same thing last stream, I think, where like the industry clearly does not understand what makes these things successful, and so the people who actually have passion about it in the indie side of things are just going to end up taking over because the market will decide. And genuinely good artistic creations are always going to trump megacorp slop.
Oh, 100%.
And we're actually so lucky today in today's era because not everyone can be an artist. These kind of tools are in the hands of like everyone. It's not like you had to get sponsors or like
not everyone
to a major studio. We heard
exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
If COVID proved anything, like you don't need to live in California to do this, right? You don't even need to live in New York. You can be in, like, what's so cool about this whole day is here, like Elias here is in Canada, Minthy's in California, I'm in Chicago, Tino's in Argentina. I would say where you're from, Joe, but I don't want to. I don't want to dox you.
I'm open. I live in Georgia.
Okay, she's a Georgia peach. Well, you are sweet. You are a Georgia peach. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, actually, my cousin lives in
Georgia. Georgia peaches kind of suck. They're better from South Carolina.
Oh,
dirty secret.
Well,
noted. Shots fired to
dropping
the
that truth bomb.
Oh God, on this hill. The peach hill.
The peach hill. And like I was saying, like anybody can do animation anywhere, right? What kind of bothers me a little bit is, I mean, I've been thinking about it a little bit the past couple of days. It's just, everyone is so excited about indie animation, and there's all of these wonderful creators coming out with so many really cool things. But it seems like when when the discussion is had about indie animation, the same projects keep popping up over and over and over again. And I don't know about you guys, but I we do an indie showcase here on our show every week, right? We try and show new projects and new things that are happening and getting people talking about new things. Like, did you know that Tom Ruger, I'm sure you saw this, his new show that he announced yesterday with Paul Dini?
Holy crap, how did I miss that?
Yeah, he posted
No,
it
I
on.
didn't know.
Yeah, he's coming out with a new show called Bernice and Carlisle Save the World.
Yeah, and it's indie.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's an indie show. How cool is that? We're so proud of him.
I'm gonna look that up. And
Yeah.
just as soon as I it wouldn't be rude to Google while I'm on this. So.
Oh, Google away. Are you kidding?
Can I?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I just want to find
Please go for
Yeah,
it.
no, it's all
Absolutely. Heck, I'll send you the link on the Facebooks. Hold on.
Oh, please do.
Yes, hang on. All right, hang on.
Tom Ruger is back.
Yes, that is the goal. That's what we're hoping. Here we go. And we love Tom. I don't know if you know this, Joanna, but he's actually our exec producer and show consultant for Chucky, which is kind of cool. Like he's helped us he's helped us with writing stuff and coming up with he coached us in a couple of improv sessions, which was just the coolest thing ever. He's actually written some stuff for us, which is super cool. I gave him a script and he tore it apart and said, ew, no, let me fix it. I'm like, oh, okay.
He's an extraordinarily big-hearted and generous man.
Yes, he truly is.
And he's been around the block a few times, and I've never heard anyone say a sideways thing about him.
Oh, a class act and a half. You actually got to hang out with him this past summer, didn't you?
I did. It was like the greatest thing ever. It was so great.
Oh my god! So
almost as good as having Yakko say my name.
Almost. Yakko's dad. You're hanging out with him. I mean, what could be better? So, do you go what are you what are some of your favorite indie shows that are out now? Do you?
Oh, I don't stay up on things like that. I don't have that much time to consume.
Fair enough.
Product. I just sort of see what's if something is getting excuse me, words.
I know how you feel there.
I end up seeing things 6 months to a year after they've been really, really hot. A hot topic. So I come to things pretty late once I'm sure that all the reviews are in and I've seen everyone give thumbs up and 10 stars and gold mustaches or whatever to the show. And I'm like, all right, fine, world. I'll watch this thing. Because I'm so tired of watching stuff that makes me angry because it stinks. And all I want to do is critique it as I'm watching it. And it's not relaxing. It's not what entertainment should be. So I just sort of stopped watching everything until I get somebody showers me with links and they're like, you can tell when something is special because everyone is like, you gotta see this. And so I'll do it just a year after everybody else. So I'm not the best person to talk about what's hot and current at the moment.
Oh no, I wasn't even talking about what's
understandable.
current.
That's
I mean, if you have an old school show from we were just quoting Homestar Runner when we came in, that's technically indie. So
I guess so. Yeah, we've been on a Homestar kick. The girls they freaking love Homestar and
Thank
Strong
God.
Bad, and I just realized they had released a couple albums that were soundtracks from the show, or it was just all the tiny little ditties that they put together.
Oh, yes.
And the girls just absolutely go bananas for it. They want to listen to it all the time, which it's I think I've had my fill of it at this point.
A blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
And it's what's this one song that was been on in my head? It's oh, I think I love you, girl, even though you're a wagon full of pancakes.
Oh,
I know which one you're talking about.
How does the tune go? It was in my head for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden I'm blanking on it.
I can see the pancake. Oh my gosh.
The pancake
you're a
wagon.
girl, no, you're a wagon made up of pancakes.
I love pancakes. over the river and through the woods. You gotta get that syrup through, y'all.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you just unlocked a memory for me.
I know. That's what Homestar does. You're just like, I haven't thought of this in 20 years. Why it's coming back so vividly?
I know. Oh my god. Homestar Runner. Yeah, this is gonna sound bad. My youth pastor introduced me to Homestar Runner in the church on the church computer, and I was like, "This is the best thing ever." It's so funny because I would watch it at home, and my mom hated Strong Bad because he would say "Holy crap," and and she's like, "Oh, don't say crap. That's such a like." My mom, bless her heart, she's like, "Oh, I hated when you watch that Strong Bad person. Where'd you even learn about that anyway?" I'm like, "If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. Try me." Church. No.
It's remarkably wholesome, especially for it came out in the era of Newgrounds, so I don't know. They showed in exquisite restraint doing that show, because they could have gotten away with a lot at that time, but they chose not to. They chose to be just
weird,
hilarious.
Yeah,
I think the hardest thing that they ever said was Coach Z was like, "If you talk smack about me, you must smoke crack," and even that sounds kind of weird. Like that doesn't belong in Homestar.
Scroll buttons you have on that party tag. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my god.
Da, 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 my email left me.
Talking about things that came back, have any of you seen Llamas with Hats?
Oh,
yeah, there's a new Llamas with Hats.
There's a new Llamas with Hats. That's right. I started watching it. Yes, the epilogue.
Yeah, I forgot that it happened. I need to watch it.
Film. That's another one. Film Cow.
Yeah.
Like, to be in his mind for like an hour would probably leave me more traumatized than the Pink Elephants, if I'm being honest with you.
Send me those links too. I'm not familiar.
Okay, I gotcha.
Just tell me what it's. Pink Cow?
Llamas with Hats is the same guy who did
Charlie the Unicorn.
Oh, Charlie the Unicorn. That strikes a bell.
Charlie, go to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Oh, God.
It's a Leo Pleurodon, Charlie.
You guys.
I remember when my friend showed me that in high school.
They took my kidney.
I feel a pain.
Oh.
I feel a pain. Touches the ground. Something happened here.
Listen, I remember when Llamas with Hats 2 came out 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Carl, that kills people.
Oh, hey, why? I did not know that. How could you not know that? Yeah, I'm in the wrong ear. I suck. What happened to his hands? What's that? His hands. Why are they missing? Well, I kind of cooked them up and ate them. Carl. Well, when you're hungry and you crave hands, I was looking for hands. Give me a
My
break.
tummy had a rumbling that only
Carl,
hands could satisfy.
What is wrong with you, Carl? Well, I kill people and I eat hands. That's two things.
Yeah, Llamas with Hats is classic.
Yes. My favorite one.
I can't believe that the epilogue episode, the last one that came out, is longer than the whole series.
That is, yes, that's pretty epic,
great.
Actually. My favorite Llamas with Hats, I'm not gonna lie, it's the one where they're on the boat. Yeah, Carl, what on earth was all that? I don't know what you're referring to. You sunk an entire cruise ship, Carl. Are you sure is that me? It's like, Carl, I watched you fire a harpoon into the captain's face. That sounds dangerous. You were headbutting children off the side of the ship. That must have been horrifying to watch. And then you started making out with an ice sculpture. Well, thank God that the children weren't on board to see it. I'm a mess.
Internet humor.
I'm a mess.
I know. Can we just have a separate internet that's just the old internet?
Yes!
I agree.
It's kind of reviving, actually.
Yeah?
Really? Vintage
there's
internet?
like a few corners where people just like go and get to evolve into old internet.
Can we bring back MySpace in this old internet? Is that a thing we can do?
I never did.
Is there a splinter dimension where Facebook never happened and we're all still on MySpace and everything's cool? And Tom is our friend.
HTML, there's a whole corner of the internet where people just make their own websites like back in the day.
I was so proud of my MySpace page. I had it Sonic the Hedgehog themed. It played What I'm Made Of from Sonic Heroes. Yeah, that's how old I am, kids. Oh.
Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes. Yeah. That's I love the chaos that we have here. It just,
yeah.
We just pick it up. Julia says, I want my own MySpace. I want mine back. Oh my gosh. What other? Oh my gosh. E-Bombs World. Anyone remember that one?
Oh no. Oh, that hurts. Oh man. Wait a second. Wasn't E-Bombs World where all of the G.I. Joe things were?
Was it?
The G.I. Joe
Albino
redubs?
Black Sheep.
Oh, I don't remember the. Wait a minute. G.I. Joe redubs.
Pork chop sandwiches. That one? You remember?
No. Oh my gosh.
Give him the stick. Give him the stick. That one.
I need to see this now. I feel.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like.
Oh, okay, so I don't feel bad for not knowing Llamas with Hats if you didn't watch those G.I. Joe redubs.
Okay, that's fine.
They were so funny.
Oh my gosh. I now need to see these so I can. I feel.
We'll do a pre-viral internet link trade-off.
Let's do it.
A compilation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I just recently watched the episode where the I'm at soup meme came from, just super recently, and
soup.
I laughed my ass off. I thought that just was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, not just that part, but like the whole episode was the whole thing was so funny. Like, there are more.
I am soup.
I'm at soup.
I'm at soup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I need this link as well.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I feel like you guys are now stepping into some stuff that I actually do know.
There we go. Yeah, it was from Code.
I remember the soup thing.
Yeah, it was purple Code. Oh my gosh. Code GS parody creator. I hope I said that right. Purple Eyes WTF Abridged series Codement episode 16. Here's the bit. I'll just send it to you because this is
okay.
Yeah. Everybody.
What's the earliest internet memory you have?
That is a great question.
Earliest internet.
Oh, I remember Freddy. What Freddy from YouTube.
Fred?
Yeah, Fred.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just Fred.
Hey, I remember him, and then I remember him starting with that his own show and then failing.
Yeah,
and the weird blonde kid.
He was a brunette, but he had like a bowl cut.
He was a dirty blonde.
Yeah.
He had the bowl cut.
And John Cena was his father, I guess.
Oh.
What? I don't remember that.
Not in real life, but that was in the Fred movie.
Oh no, I know. I mean, like, I kind of figured that was a bit.
If John Cena was his father, he would still be around today. Let's just
John Cena in the Fred universe is Fred's father.
Oh, that's okay.
I have vague memories of that. My earliest internet memory is All Your Base.
All Your Base
are belong to us.
Yes.
Yes.
My earliest internet memory is probably playing on Webkins. The like earliest internet quotable, like it's got to be Numa.
Have you ever heard of Club Penguin?
Oh yeah, Club Penguin.
Yeah.
My buddy Brian
I played
Finley
that
actually worked on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was an okay game.
I never played, but I heard good things. My earliest internet memory, Disney.go.com. And looking at all of the character bios for the Fab Five. I was that kid. You know, that was that and Yahooligans. Remember Yahooligans?
That sounds
familiar.
It was the kid version of Yahoo.com that was installed on every computer in my middle school, and it was like the kid-safe version of Yahoo. So you could go on and you would look up articles.
Okay, I don't think we had that, but I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. Another...
Oh, man, there was a part of the internet that was kid-safe once upon a time.
I know!
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time in an internet far, far away. Or far, far deleted.
YouTube has YouTube Kids. They just don't do anything with it. And
They
people just don't use it.
They don't do anything good with it. I'm sure if you look hard enough, there's still Spider-Man and Elsa.
That's
like
very
content
valid
farms.
also.
So, another... Oh my gosh. Another early internet for me. Wow, early internet. Jeez. Doombuggies.com. I don't know if y'all ever went on there. It was like the unofficial, official Haunted Mansion website. And it was... It was super cool.
For me, I remember all the old, like, Barbie dress-up games and the little mini games that they had. Like, do a makeover on this horse.
Sleepy Curry here says, I remember Newgrounds back in the day, the amount of Mario Sprite parodies were abundant. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I heard so many different versions of the Mario theme back then. I still have somewhere in my files this really hilarious a cappella version of just a guy with
making the sounds.
He's just making these sounds, but he has a strange accent that I can't place.
I know what you're talking about! Mario Twins! I know exactly what you're talking about!
Yes! What? It made me laugh, and I can't remember anything except it was just like really clumsy MS Paint animation.
Yeah, exactly! Hey, Schley, shiggity shiggity schwa.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, guess
Shiggity
what?
shiggity schwa.
What you do today? Hey, I got a new Super NES system. You did not. Swear to God, I got it from Chucky's for like $2. Wow, let's see it. Wow. Yeah, that's right. You like that, idiot. I got it. You don't. Shut up. God dang. Hey. You want to play? What's it called? I want to play. It's called Mario Twins.
That reminds me of End of the World.
Yeah. They look at the same. Wow. Good God. I swear they are so goddamn like the same person. I would say to them, you want ice cream cone? Both of them say yes. What did I hear? They twins. Group X. Oh, they were fantastic. Oh, my God. Oh,
Mike just went into a fugue.
I did. Oh, my God. The other one that they did.
Went into a trance.
Oh, my God. This is so bad. They could never do it today. But they're just like, hey, little girl, do you want to know a secret? Because I got one, and it is so good to hear it. Do you want to hear it, baby?
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no.
I know how to count all the way to 55. And I can tell you how to do this faster than you can say poop the poop the paints. You want to hear it, baby? All right. Schwam. Du.
Oh, man.
Tun Hafe. Schleven. 14 teen. 27 half. 27, 37. What you say? It's just a whole song. 55. Oh my God. No. The internet was so weird, but it was so awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
Do you know how frustrating it must have been to make these viral animations before you could monetize it?
Oh my god.
You were in it for the love in those days.
Yeah.
People were just in it for the internet cred.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, let me ask you this, Joanna. Do you feel, because lately, looking back at everything that's happened, were you ever a part of Newgrounds? Did you ever upload like animations onto Newgrounds, or were you? Okay,
No,
cool.
no.
So you and I are in the same boat then. Do you regret it? Like, do you regret like not doing that? No, really?
No.
Okay.
Newgrounds was toxic waste. It was hilarious, but I was like, that's not what I want. I guess where was there was the first beautiful stuff in Flash was done. This short, it had a weird looking tree man.
I know what you're talking about. The goat man thing. The satyr dude with like
yes.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That.
When I saw that
one, and Argent. When I saw it, it's like you can make pretty things in Flash. Oh my god!
Right. Yeah.
And the first time I saw actual good, funny animation was the Argent Poopy show from.
Oh no, Tino.
The what?
Bernard Derriman. Argent Poopy. I think the animator was called Bernard Derriman.
I need to look this up. I'm Googling it right now. Argent Poopy. Is that really a thing? There is no results for Argent Poopy on Google. Am I spelling it right?
Try on. I got it. I did Bernard Derriman, Argent Poopy. Really cute stuff. It's the stand-up comedian Arj Barker. The last time I saw Arj Barker was on. He had a bit on Flight of the Conchords.
Oh.
He was a really funny comedian. And he got this former Disney animator, Bernard Derriman, to do some Flash cartoons for him way before anybody was using Flash for anything that looked halfway legitimate.
Right.
And those cartoons were just little bits of Arj Barker's stand-up routine. Mm-hmm. And they're really well done. I think, by today's standards, they're just like, they would still be considered good.
Yeah.
It's not the most elaborate animation, but it was the first time I saw, like, wait a minute, maybe Flash, there's you can do something with digital animation that's not Newgrounds, because to me, Flash was just Newgrounds. So yeah, he sort of blazed a trail. What has he been doing? I think he was.
It looks like he does Bob
like
Burgers and. Oh, was he?
Does he?
God, let me look. Let me go back and look. Hold on, I just had it. Some Bernard Derriman, Australian fellow. Yeah, he's worked on
the Aussies.
Yes. Unlucky in Love, Morris and the Cow, Pop, Spance, Kenny, My Butt Has a Fever, and the Bob's Burger movie was what he worked on. Argent, I'm trying to find the one that Argent Poopy is what you said it was?
Argent Poopy. I'm sure that it's on YouTube.
You need to send me a link.
Here's Internet Archive.
Oh,
Internet Archive. The best.
It is the best. Oh my gosh. Please go support the Internet Archive if you can. So good. Oh, hang on one second. Tino.
I'll send you a link.
Okay. Sorry to bail. Oh, Lord. Okay. Hang on one second. All right, Tino had to go take care of his mom. I don't think he's going to be coming back this evening. So, yeah. We'll talk about it later. But yeah. Shoot, that kind of threw a monkey wrench in my thing. Owen too.
Oh, I might have to throw another monkey wrench in here. I'm gonna have to go in a minute.
Oh no!
Yes, I promised the kids.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, you know what? That just means we're gonna have you come back.
Yeah. Okay. Was there any other like unfinished business to attend to? Maybe I could do like a rapid fire if you had questions.
Oh, sure. Let me see. Let me see if we got any questions here. Do you guys have any questions for Joe while we have her here real quick? And I'll look in the chat here real quick. If you have any questions, we'll take them for like the next couple of minutes here. Super duper quickly. Minthy, I know you probably have like a bajillion questions, so pick like your best.
Yeah. I can't speak. I actually had my stream on because like I was drawing something for one of the things that you animated. That's yeah. That's a thing. I can't speak.
I want to see. How do I see?
Joe.
Do I click one of these scary buttons? What?
Yeah, on Minthy's there should be like a little live indicator if you're on your computer, and if you just hover over that, there'll be a.
Yeah, I'll go to the watch and then we'll go to the view. So hang on, so everyone can see. Oh, I know what this is.
Oh, it's Spanko and Mitzi and the raccoon. Oh,
that looks so good. That actually works very nicely to this question by Plush Blue EP. Joanna, what's been your favorite animation to work on?
Oh, well, whatever pays me, I guess.
Yeah, I like that answer.
That's a good one.
Let's see. I don't know. It's usually whatever I'm trying to. I would say Monkey Rag, except I hated it so much at the time.
What?
Oh, I was so tired. Well, I wanted to reanimate the whole thing. There was like by the time I actually finished it, I was like 4 years better at what I did. So I looked at the earlier scenes, like I have to redo these, but I'm tired. And time keeps marching.
I think that's actually interesting because that animation was one of my inspirations growing up in high school.
Aww. Oh,
that's why I'm talking here.
It's shocking and heartwarming for me to hear. So thank you.
Yeah, that was the first thing of yours that I ever saw. Believe it or not, Joe, I adore it. I don't know a single person who doesn't love Monkey Rag. Let's see. There was a question about the Chuck Sona. Is your character based on Winnie Woodpecker from Woody Woodpecker? No, she's a hummingbird.
Sure, why not? Say yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Somebody gives you a cool animation history reason for something, you say yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Deep cut.
Yeah. That's like if you asked if you're a god, you say yes. Ghostbusters. So yeah, I don't see any other questions. So real quick, we will have to have you back, and we're gonna have to chill with you sometime, Joanna. We have missed you. Where can people find you, real quick? Because I don't want to keep you from your girls.
Well, I'm always around. But if you want to do the thing where I draw what you tell me to draw, sub me on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'm my name on YouTube, Joanna Davidovich. In retrospect, that was probably not the best naming convention I could have chosen, but I never change my name on any platform. That's why I still have the same email that I did when I was in middle school. Nice. I'm like, why change? Too late. I'm old. Shut up. So there. That's my pitch for subbing me on YouTube. That probably lost me a few subs.
No, are you kidding? Listen, I'm with you. Why change something that ain't broke? So...
it's just sometimes it's not the most professional look, and then I'm just so deep in it that I can't help it. It's just what I am.
Better to have your name than a chicken. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my gosh, Joanna, it has been. I got to tell you, it's always so much fun chilling and hanging out with you, and it truly has been far too long. We need to have you back, and then you just need to we need to find a day where we can just chat more off stream and just have a good time and just catch up.
Sure.
So,
yeah, that would be nice.
I would love that. Oh my gosh! And plus, we got to show you what we're doing with Chucky if you're interested. If you want to see what we're up to.
Oh sure.
Yes.
The future of animation.
Yeah! Woo! Oh, good deal.
Independent all the way, baby.
Heck yeah! Hold on, I have a sound for this. I gotta find it there. Hold on.
More sounds.
Here we go. I got it.
I thought that was the sound.
That was
for a
not.
second.
That was
Yeah,
not
I
the sound. Independent baby.
That should be a sound.
Here we go. No. Oh. All right. I tried. Anyway. Well, you want to do one? Okay, go ahead. Hit one.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I have to go.
Oh.
Boo-hoo. Doesn't have the same emotional impact that I was hoping, but there you go.
Oh, listen.
That was good.
Well, you know what? I am so tongue-tied right now. I think I'm just going to end the stream here myself. So we're going to call it a day.
We could.
Go ahead.
We could sing a song.
Ooh.
We could all just join together and
sing
sing
the
a song.
goodbye song from Out of the Box.
Or from The Sound of Music.
Or that one. I forget.
Or
yeah, that one.
The So Long.
Or
Farewell.
the Mickey Mouse goodbye song.
Oh.
You know, we'll have to brainstorm it and rehearsal on Sunday.
Okay.
People, we're
I'll be
gonna
there.
sing it in 3-part harmony.
Yes.
It's gonna be beautiful.
It is absolutely.
Alrighty.
100%. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching us. Go subscribe to Joe, follow her on everything, and for the Cluckin Crew, I'm not even going to do the cute thing where we say goodbye in our really unique. You know what? I will. I'm Mike Cook.
I'm Elias.
I'm Minty.
That's your line.
Say something.
Yeah, you say and I'm Joe.
And I'm Joe.
Hey, there we go. And thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.